I'm joined by Ian Roberts, who is a client of 4R Business Recovery. Ian, welcome. Maybe you can tell the viewers at home your story.
A couple of years ago, were having some really serious difficulties in getting cash into our business. We had quite a significant amount of intercompany transactions, which, having spoke to quite a few other people in business recovery fields, we realised that when we spoke to Kevin at 4R that he was able to come up with some solutions to help us and provide us with some of the routes that would actually allow us to segregate ourselves from some of our other intercompany transactions we had, and also to protect us personally in terms of our personal assets, which at the time we were most definitely looking to lose because of all the advice that we'd received prior to meeting Kevin. Kevin actually came to see us within, I think, 24 hours of an evening, dealt with us, came up with solutions and provided us with some of the real core information that we needed to make some decisions. One of the great things, of course, was that he wasn't sat there looking to get money up front from us to give us some of this advice. It was free advice, which was quite unusual. We took that as something that we could work with. We took that as something that was given to us to help us, and we thought, you know, if we're going to be paying for advice, he's obviously going to give us the right advice to do that. And quite frankly, we got exactly what we asked for. We got exactly the results we wanted. And, you know, several years on now, I have to say it was one of the best decisions we've made in many a year.
So the recommendations that 4R Business Recovery gave to you, you've implemented those and it worked.
Oh, without a doubt. And Kevin saw most of this from the eyes of the directors, which is one of the things that we weren't getting the advice for us personally as directors. It was more third party viewing of, you know, how everybody else was going to get looked after, which we do appreciate. But we were keen to find out how we could protect ourselves, our assets, and how we could go about working through this issue.
And a few years then down the line, what's your current situation?
There is no doubt if we hadn't have got the advice, we wouldn't be as financially well off as we are now in terms of what we've got going on for us now. We've certainly learnt a lot. We still talk to Kevin on quite a few issues to help us make some good decisions on some of the stuff we do. So a few years down the line, we're incredibly chuffed with where we are. We're delighted that we were looked after, and delighted at the fact that somebody actually cared enough to support us through those really, really dark times.
That's great stuff. I'm just thinking about companies and directors that are going through a very similar thing to what you went through in 2011. What advice could you give them?
For me, the advice I would give really is the fact that not to be fearful to talk, make the phone call. One of the things I think that we found is we left a bad situation for too long. I think if we'd have made some really earlier decisions, we would probably have been better off, even more so than we are now. And I think there is a massive fear to pick up the phone and tell somebody you're in real difficulties, you've got financial difficulties. You know, and I think also the fact that when you've got bailiffs knocking and rattling on the front door, it's a very difficult one because you're in a place where you don't know who's going to help you. You don't have money to pay somebody to help you. But when somebody starts giving you free advice and you can see some routes out, it's definitely worth a phone call, and a phone call sooner rather than later.
Ian Roberts, thanks very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
So Ian went through it back in 2011 and contacted 4R Business Recovery and came through it the other end. If you're struggling, please contact 4R Business Recovery. The phone number's on the screen right now because they really can help.